All right, we're alive.
We're live. We're not dead. We're live.
We are most definitely alive. Very exciting Friday here, everybody. We just released a weekly update. You can check it out now on the website. If you like getting those in email, we'll send that out in a couple of hours. This is our weekly Friday community live stream, and we have a lot of fun news and prizes that we give away on these too. In fact, we don't do a live stream, I think, without prizes. So we're going to have several cool things to show you today. The big one here, you're kind of seeing it right now actually, is the new inn coming up in a future release. Star who is right next to me here, has more to share in a moment about that. But I also wanted to mention there's weekly events by the community, a couple of new ones that have kicked off over the last couple of weeks. We have RPOTA, ropas.com, annual and monthly themed prize giveaway contests. So check those out on the community events page. You can go to the main website, charlieavatar.com, go to community tab, drop that down to the calendar. It says community events. That also not only has all of the cool events by you guys, but also all of the events that are coming up by us. The release dates, and SodaCon, which is a community event as well. That's going to be here in Austin. Can't wait for that because it's right here in Austin. We're going to be able to show people, give them a tour of the studio. It's going to be like hundreds of avatars filling up our office. We're not going to get any work done that day, I think. It's going to be great.
It's not going to be hundreds of people.
Dozens.
We have a tiny office.
Well, I got to,
Oh, yeah, you got to hype it up.
By 10, or something like that.
Okay.
All right, so, Star, let's roll right into this. We have... do we have anything to talk about with the last release before we get into showing the end?
Well, the big thing is, we had our last release that went out a couple weeks ago, and then starting Wednesday this week, we had our third test of the free trial system. And this version of the free trial system will be the first time that we have our free trial users going through the new outskirts maps.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We've been showing those on we've had great screenshots on the weekly updates, and we've had some sneak peeks on the live stream too.
So we'll be having our trial users going through those, and so we're very excited. We're getting a lot of great data out of that, and also not next week, but the week after, we'll have release 42 going out, and release 42. We've done polish passes across all 3 starter maps, so that's going to be even better new user experience. And the free trial will actually be going on for almost the first whole week of R42.
Yeah, we've got that until May 31st,
May 31st.
Which happens to be the summer telethon.
Correct. So speaking of that first week, we have our summer telethon on the 31st, where we'll be doing a 12-hour live stream. So lots of this, lots of questions and answers. Speaking of that, I got we had our postmortem on Tuesday of this week for release 41, where we answered a bunch of questions, gave out prizes. And all the questions that we didn't get a chance to answer, I posted on the forums day before yesterday.
Yeah, you spend day and night on that. I don't know how you sleep. The postmortem is also on YouTube now, so we got the recording there.
Yep. And all that went out in the update that we posted to the website today. And like Barrick mentioned, that'll go out on email today. So tons and tons of stuff going on. Yeah. And
do you guys, can you let us know if you can hear us okay? And we have some prizes lined up, so maybe we give away one of those before we get rolling on showing all of the in.
Go for it.
All right, so I'm going to let you select. These are a few that we actually gave away on the last live stream. They are so popular.
What?
Why don't you select one of those 3 rows right there?
To give one away?
Yeah, we're going to literally give it away.
All right, I want to give away an ornate backpack.
Ooh, those are really cool.
All right, who am I giving away to?
Ornate backpack, and I see a 2X there, so I think we're giving away 2. Now this is if you're on Discord or Twitch. Doesn't matter which chat room. We're monitoring both right now. Discord is our main chat room. You can find out how to get there by contacting anybody else in the community or going to the social linked post in the general discussion section of the forums. Yes, there's a lot there. We're going to make that a little easier to find. I think that this how to get to Discord. There's also a chat menu option in the community tab of the main website. You can go there too. Discord is our main chat room, but we're also on Twitch right now, so we're watching that at the moment. Type, if you want to win, one of these backpacks, and we're giving away 2, type exclamation star. Throwing a loop there for everybody, star. And that's STARR, I think, right?
Yeah, 2 R's.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you were going to say mustache.
Oh, yeah.
No, stars.
Yeah, all right, we'll do that
all right.
next time.
All right.
So we'll give that a few minutes. Exclamation star, 2 R's, both Discord and Twitch. And as a reminder, if you win one of these, please PM me, Barrick, on Discord, your account name and what you won, so I remember to award that to you. Or if you're on Twitch, PM Shroud of the Avatar, the same thing. Or we won't be able to award it, and it'll take a couple of days too to award it. We're fast here, we're pretty fast, but we may not get it to you this weekend. Sorry. Okay, what do we got?
All right, so it's the jingle. 5 questions.
Ooh.
I've been working on it.
We should have had it.
Is that good?
We should have had a hutch.
I've been doing
Yeah, it's an improvement.
Okay, so we haven't done it. That was the first one. So far, I've only just been saying it. I decided, I needed the jingle. Is it good? No?
It's fine. Let's go to the questions.
Okay. All right. Let's see. This week, please explain the differences between a house deed and property deed, as well as place anywhere and player-owned town deed types. Oh, so a very simple question with no need to explain in detail. Great. All right, so first of all, the difference between a house deed and a property deed. Okay, so a property deed or a lot deed is a deed that gives you the ability to claim a piece of land in the game. So in the game, there are various places in the world that are pieces of land that are various sizes. There's row, village, town, city, keep, and castle size pieces of land in towns all over the game. And you can, in order for you to claim ownership of this piece of land, you need a lot deed. And you need a lot deed that is at least as big as the piece of land you are trying to claim. And that is a property or a lot deed. So that is a lot deed. And then once you have claimed a piece of property, if you want a house to appear on that piece of property, you need a house deed. And that house is what you use to show the house on your piece of property. So that's the difference between a property deed and a house deed. Now, property deeds come basically in 2 types. There is a place anywhere deed and a player-owned town deed. A place anywhere deed can be used, as its name implies, anywhere. It can be used in a player-owned town. It can be used in an NPC town, in what we call player-run towns, which are not, they don't have any story elements in them or any NPCs that relate to the story, but they're not player-owned. That's what a place anywhere deed. So those are the most flexible. But a player-owned town deed can only be used inside of a player-owned town. That's the difference. So hopefully that was clear as mud. And if you need more explanation, and we have all of this outlined in our frequently asked questions. But again, if you ever have any questions about these kinds of things, please feel free to post questions in the forums. Our community will jump in and answer them generally as quickly as you will post them. We will also answer them. We will happily answer these questions, and so will the community. But that's the general outline of what those things are. All right, next question. How to get to Sultan when a player misses the caravan to Sultan from High Vale? All right, wow, that is quite a trek. So the trek from High Vale to Sultan. So High Vale is basically on the opposite side of Novia from Sultan. So High Vale is on near the western coast of Novia, kind of in the mountains. Actually, it's not on the coast. It's in the mountains in the western section of Novia. It's kind of actually right in the middle of the western quadrant of Novia, and in order to get to Sultan from there, you kind of have to go east by southeast, and you're going to have to go through. I think you have to go through Brightbone Pass, the control point, to get there, and that's going to take you past like the Necropolis. And then past Arteris.
Sounds like they need Soda-Map for this.
Yes, and Soda-Map is your friend. So press the M key and Soda-Map will come up, and Soda-Map can zoom in and out, and that is a really, really great way to do that. Okay, all right. Where to train? Next question: where to train utility and free attack modes? And follow up to that, should all trainers be able to unlock these items for new players? Great question, and that exposed a bug that we just discovered, so thank you for asking this question. So the utility and free attack modes. So utility, you start the game, you only have access to your combat bar, and you have to go to a trainer to get your utility bar. And currently, the only people who can teach you to get your utility bar are adventure trainers. But in release 42, we are adding that ability to crafting trainers, and what we also discovered is that master trainers, who should theoretically be able to train everything, don't actually teach you to the utility bar right now. So they're also going to get this ability. So right now, crafting trainers don't teach this, and neither do master trainers, but that's going to get added in release 42. And free attack. Free attack currently is you can only learn that from adventure trainers. And again, for whatever reason, we forgot to put that on master trainers. That'll be fixed in release 42. All right.
Actually, before you get to the next question here, good recommendations here. Somebody said recommend people to teleport scrolls instead. I don't know if that would work as to get around teleport scrolls.
Yeah, you can use a teleport scroll, but you have to have marked it to a location first. So
there you go.
that
have to have been there.
That works, but you have to have been there first. So.
Okay, and Baron Drakus, instead of Soda-Map, there should be a pre-recorded message from Star that gives you personal directions.
Yes, well, a wax cylinder. All right. Let's see. Confusion between recipes and patterns. In addition, how do patterns work? Do they get a pattern back after using it? Also, are eternal patterns reusable? It seems that the impression is that eternal patterns can be reused. However, all right. So, real quick, recipes are the blueprint that allows you to make an item. So, a recipe is the recipe that lets you make a sword or a piece of furniture or a potion. So a pattern is different from a recipe. A pattern is the ability to take something and reshape it into something that is the exact same kind of item, it just looks different. So say I have a one-handed sword, but I want to make it look different. So I want to make it look like a katana or a scimitar. Then I would take a katana pattern and apply that to a one-handed sword using a reshaping pattern. That's the difference between recipes and patterns. Okay? And there are two different kinds of patterns. There are patterns that are consumed when you use them, and there are patterns that are what are called eternal patterns. And an eternal pattern is not consumed when you use it. It is used. It is on the item. However, if you salvage that item, you'll get that pattern back. Whereas a regular consumable pattern is destroyed when you use it. Okay? Let's see. And last question. What is the easiest way that new players can track development of the game? Great question. So the best ways, there are to track progress in the game are we put out a weekly update every week on Friday near the end of the day, sometimes as early as the middle of the day, but almost most of the time it's at the end of the day. But every week on Friday we put out an update that includes updates on, like, here's the maps we're working on, here's some creatures that we're working on, here's some weapons. Here's that comes out every week. And then once a month we put out our update, a monthly update that comes out on the last Thursday of the month. That update, the day before on Wednesday, we put out a list, a post that lists everything that goes into that update. So it's that post is anywhere between 15 to 20 something pages long. That's incredibly detailed about all the things that are going to go in that update. And then once a quarter, we put out a schedule update about everything that's going to be coming up in the next 3 months. So those are kind of the best ways to get updates about the game. And then on a semi-regular basis, every other Tuesday or so, Chris has what are like Tech Talk Tuesdays, where he does time with goes into deep dives about technology. So those are the 5 questions. And so now Michael Hutchison, aka Hutch, who's our lead artist, he's going to run through one of the newest homes we've built. And while he's doing that, I'm going to be talking about the building itself, but I'm also going to be talking about the rent system as a whole. So
I just left. I'm not here anymore, guys. You can't see me.
Yeah, Barrick's gone. Oh, there he is.
Here, I'll go on this side.
So in release, hopefully everyone cross their fingers, because we do our best to stay on schedule, but sometimes things move in and out of our schedule, and we do our best to make sure it works that way. But sometimes if something's not ready, or we think it's going to be not balanced enough or not polished enough, we'll hold it for a release. But our current plan, and we're going to do our best to stick to it, is release 43. The new rent system is going to come online, and so the rent system, as we mentioned in the sneak peek, is going to work in really any building, and it's an expansion of our current permission system that is going to be expanded, so you'll be able to do permissions on individual doors within a building. And so what we've done is to expand upon that system and really optimize it. We built this building, which we're calling the Wooden Plaster Village Inn. And so maybe Hutch will pull back a little bit so we can sort of get a really kind of nice village. And it's using our Tudor wooden plaster design, and so it's a building that's. And the reason when we say it's sort of optimized for the rent system, what that really means is it's got lots of doors in it. That's kind of the fundamental thing, and lots of doors and rooms in it. And Hutch will run in now. The layout, the general layout of the place is, we kind of tried to think of it as a traditional inn, where the bottom floor is kind of the common area. Now, Hutch has decorated this space already. It won't come like this, including the bar area the bar doesn't exist. I'm pushing my hand towards the screen and I'm pointing at things that you can't see me pointing at. But imagine that I'm pointing at the bar. That bar is actually a placed decoration, which is one of the I believe that's one of the craftable bars that you can make in the game. But we actually experimented at one point with having this be built in, but we decided that we'd rather have players have the flexibility to put the bar wherever they wanted. So really the only defined space in this bottom floor is the stairwell and this one room off to the left here, which is kind of like we call the kitchen, but really that could also be where the innkeeper lives, or it could actually be an extra rentable room. Now, again, the way the rent system is going to work is you're going to be able to define who has access to each individual room on an individual basis. So you're going to be able to click on one of these doors, and you're going to be able to define, just like before, where you would be able to click on the for sale sign, and you'd be able to add and subtract people and set permissions levels. Well, now you're going to be able to do that with the doors themselves, and so that's how this system is going to work, and then to make for payment system. That's why we're also going to be simultaneously launching the mail system, because that way you're going to be able to set prices with people, and you're going to be able to say, okay, just mail me. Mail is going to allow you. I see somebody saying, oh my God, this has to be town size. It's huge. No, trust me, this fits on a village lot. This is actually the village size.
Yeah, with a little bit of space left over for a narrow fence. So
yeah.
It fills pretty much the extent of the village size.
Speaking of the outdoors area, we have a question from Redfish. Will the rent system will be usable anywhere outside of these buildings?
Yeah, and so to be clear, the rent system is not focused on specific buildings. The rent system works on any door. So you don't have to buy this in to use the rent system in the game. The rent system works. You can literally go to any door inside any building that you own already, and you can set permissions. So any building that you already own, the house you already live in right now, if it has a door, if it already has a room with a door in it, you can go to that room when this system you could go, when this system goes live, you can go click on that door and say, I now give permission for Barrick to live there.
What about basements? I like living in basements, so would I be able to do that?
If the basements have doors in them, it has to have a doors.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the one requirement. It has to have a door. Okay. So just to continue the tour here. So we have the kitchen. There's a little broom closet, we call it, underneath the stairwell. So this is the bottom floor. This is the tavern area or the common area. And then if we go upstairs, we'll get to the second floor, or in Europe this would be the first floor. And then this is the first set of rooms. So there are five rooms per floor. And we spaced out each room with basically enough room to put a bed, a few pieces of furniture, some storage containers like chests or chest of drawers, and some lights.
So here's a room that just has a couple furnishings in it, so you can get a sense of the scale of each room.
And as you can see, they're and again, we were pretty. It's funny that you guys I was seeing the comments of like, oh my God, it's so big, that has to be town size. We actually had the same kind of reaction when we built this, and we actually saw the size of the rooms themselves. Like, we were like, oh wow, like the rooms turned out much bigger than we thought they were going to be. Like, we thought they were going to end up having to be way smaller than they are, but you can see they're actually quite big, much bigger than we thought they would be. So.
Well, related to that, Liz the Wiz has a question about what you can put within your room. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Can hatches also be included?
Bottom floor.
Well,
right.
You mean like a basement? No, not your. The basement is still only the owner can place a basement hatch. Only the owner of the property. So individual renters aren't going to be able to place a basement hatch.
Okay, and a weird follow-up to that one, Menchie, good one, Menchie. Can you rent out an outhouse?
Can you rent an outhouse?
It has a door.
That's an interesting. No, so decorations don't count. The doors have to be part of an actual home. Yeah, so doors on decorations don't count. Yeah, So yeah. So and then are we on the? Are we? This is
the first flight up.
Yeah.
So this is the second floor.
Yeah.
This particular house has 2 more floors above it, so it has a 3rd floor. They're all identical layout of rooms, identical sizes of rooms in this particular house. We have plans to do different types of inns and different layouts and different sizes and different structures of different characters, and maybe some of them will have suites. But in this particular first pass, all of the rooms are the same size, so there's no some of them have like 1 window, but the ones on the front will have 2 windows on this particular house. Yeah. But otherwise, they're all the same.
Yep.
And so that's the 3rd floor, and just to prove that I'm not lying, here's the 4th the 4th floor.
Yep.
Which is the top floor, and there's a little landing here at the stairwell windows.
Yep. So as we get closer to release 43 and we start finishing up all the implementation for the rent system, and hopefully we'll get at least 1 more in-type building, and we start testing all this, we'll have a lot more details about how the system's working. We have just now started doing the coding on this, so some of the details are a little, purposely we're keeping vague until we can get into implementation and we start working on this. But we'll have a lot more details that we can offer you guys. But hopefully, we're really excited by this, especially also the mail system, because let me talk about the mail system real quick too. So the mail system is going to be able to allow players to both send messages and packages to each other, and those packages you'll be able to send 1 item at a time. An item can be a stack of things, or it could be a single item. The cost to send something will be based on the weight. You'll also the mail will be able to be received in 2 locations. There'll be mailboxes in every bank, and also you'll be able to place a mailbox on your property. And also, if we can go back outside, and we can, I don't know if you have any, oh, you do have outdoor deco.
There's a few, a couple chairs.
Oh, but that won't show the.
What do you want to see?
The edge of the property. If we move something, will it show
show.
Yeah. So someone was asking to see the edge of the property. So it does fill up most of the lot, but we wanted to give, for this particular building, we wanted to give players as many rooms as possible to maximize, because it's designed to be an inn. But again, to emphasize, this building is designed to be an inn, but you can use the rent system in any building. But anyway, going back to mail, so you'll be able to place mailboxes on your property, or you can get mail at banks. So there you go. And again, we'll have more information about mail as we get closer. We're actually hoping to get receiving mail, so system messages from things like vendor auctions and sales and things like that, done in release 42, and then the full ability to send messages and things like that and send packages for release 43. So those are the goals. And I think we're now going to have Damon show off some VFX work that he did last release with Grannus. Yeah. So thank you, everybody, and hope you enjoyed the sneak peek of the inn and renting.
Yeah, we got a lot of questions from the community on it. So you guys put your questions in the forums if you like, and also you can comment on the community live stream announcement we made. Squeeze over here. Are you going to stick around, Chris?
No, I actually was just getting on here to tell people that the patch speed problem should be addressed now. The torrent tracker that we use, for some reason, it started puking.
Ah, okay. Yeah, there's some people
So
asking
we had
about
to
that.
restart the Linux.
Did you post something in that thread or?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool.
We have a
Thank
forum
you.
update on that. Can you get Damon?
Damon, yes, okay, Damon.
All right. So as I was saying, the questions you've been asking about the inn, and you will have. There's some really good. It was before you actually got in here, but somebody asked, "Can you rent out an outhouse?" I thought that was a good one. Question of the day. Wow.
I don't know that we'll have
We can't,
privileges
because
set
it's-
on the outhouse
Yeah, because
door.
it's a decoration.
Yeah,
So
we're not going to have that.
So sorry. Yeah, I know that would have been interesting.
We had some complaints too because you can't put pictures up on outhouse
Oh,
walls.
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Especially now that we have portraits in game, people are trying to buy other people's portraits and hang them in their outhouses, and they're very sad.
We need an anchor of some sort.
Is that an insult to have your portrait hung in someone's outhouse?
Your portrait. Yeah. I don't know about that. Anyway, okay. So more on outhouses later, folks. We're done showing the inn now. If you have questions, as I was saying, post them in the forums. Try to consolidate into one thread, please. So whoever starts the thread first about inns wins. And also you can comment on the recent announcement, our community live stream. It was posted, I don't remember, 3 or 4 days ago, something like that. Just scroll on the front page of the main website, go down a little bit below the weekly update and a few other recent announcements we had this week. Find that. You can comment in there. We'll get those questions there as well and try to answer them as we can. If we don't get to it, as always, postmortems are the best for questions because that's exactly what they're about, is answering your questions. So the R42 postmortem, which consequently is also going to be not the community, there's a lot of community stuff in it, the summer telethon on May 31st from noon to midnight. Yes, that's 12 hours long. It's going to be 12 hours of answering questions as well, so we'll try to get to those questions there, and a bunch of other fun stuff. So more on that later. Damon.
Hi, how are you?
What do you go by in the forums?
I
You're not posting the forums.
really been posting on the forums.
Now we're gonna get like some thread that's gonna be like Damon, we want Damon.
All right, well, we'll see if I can get around to posting in
All
the forums.
So we have about 20 minutes. We have a good amount of time actually. Damon, you wanted to show some stuff, right?
Yeah, I can show a few things.
Okay.
So I'm Damon Waldrip. I'm a senior technical artist. Mostly I've been focusing almost exclusively on VFX, by which we mean soft effects like lightning, smoke, fire, explosions, fire, lots of fire.
And does this house like this? Now I know this house, this particular inn, is fireproof. You can't set it on fire, but I'm sure we can set something else on fire, right? Show off the effect.
Yeah, we could show.
Do whatever you have to do here.
We could do that.
You can unpause this, I think, or
Is it paused?
well, it's on play mode. I don't know if you can.
Let's see if we can give ourselves. So I recently redid the Ring of Fire effect. So let's
While you're finding
let's
that,
have a
why
look
don't
at that.
go ahead and set up and get used to whatever you need to on this setup. Let's give away another set of prizes here. We gave away the Ornate Backpack, 2 of them earlier, and that was cool. How about, I like this one, Sigil Fur Cloak of your choice. So there is the Combat, Magic, and Crafting Sigil Fur Cloaks. This does not include the Dark Star or the Lord British ones. Just the Combat, Magic, and Crafting. One of those 3 Sigil Fur Cloaks of your choice. If you're in Discord or Twitch, doesn't matter. Type !cloak. Get a chance to win one. We'll give that a minute.
So just for fun, we'll look at the Ring of Fire effect that we recently redid.
Is there sound on it too?
I think so, though I'm not 100% sure that the sound is on there right
If there's sound on any of this stuff, it may blast you guys. Apologies in advance.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
So here it is. You only have the old one. There's the new one. And yeah, and I won't lie, we appropriated some really nice assets that we bought for some of this stuff.
That lasted quite a while.
But yeah, I think this looks quite a bit better than the one that we had before.
Yeah, let us know if you have any questions for Damon here on the fire effects or anything else you see. I think you're out of fire.
I seem to be fizzling.
Got no fire.
I think I'm not very skilled. Let's set my skill levels to
We got a comment on the fire. Sexy. That works. That's
all right,
cool.
so now I'm very skilled, apparently. And I'm still fizzling. Here we go.
Let's try it. It's tough.
So yeah, so it does some nice things, like the cracks sort of spread out from the middle, and we've got some glowing sort of squishy whooshy lava junk there in the middle, and a little bit of heat distortion. Of course, you got to have some smoke. We've got this little circling thing with a little light on it, and of course there's a light in the middle that pulses a little bit. So there's that one. That actually was quite time consuming to get that fully tweaked and made nice. The other thing I was going to show off is a bit of a spoiler. Who said what?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I am notorious for the last live stream. We announced, okay, everybody, type this to win whatever, and then we ended the live stream, and I never gave it out. So let's get back to that backpack and give that out, and I'll select the winners of the. Looks like I'm just writing down. Okay. All right. So winners, real quick here for the backpack. Going back to that. See what I did there? Backpack. Back to that. Anyway, we've got on Twitch Montucia, Montu. Oh, who has bad handwriting? This would be me, actually. XIA, I believe. On Twitch, congratulations on winning backpack. And Bobby on Discord. I don't think that's our Bobby. Could be.
Probably not.
And roll into the next one right away before I forget. Sigil fur cloaks of your choice. Magic crafting combat. Belly, B-E-L-I. And Rekral. I didn't know you could put that many characters in a word on. I think this is on Twitch. REKRUL_LAUS, and there goes my handwriting again. LAUSAU. Apologies if I got that pronounced terribly or I spelled it wrong, but I think there's only one of those roughly. Congratulations also on winning a Sigil fur cloak of your choice. Please PM Barrick on Discord for Belly on. That's kind of funny, Belly. I like that. Belly or Belly maybe. I don't know. Belly. Message me on Barrick on Discord. Let me know your account name and what you won. And for the other winner on Twitch, message Shroud of the Avatar. Same thing.
Okay, I can do it that way.
Okay, I'm done.
We're gonna try.
We got one more set of prizes. We'll do that at the very end.
If this doesn't work.
It's not loading. I guess. No, hang
on. It seems to be getting stuck 50% of the way through for some reason. So, I suppose what we will do is do it the way that Hutch just recommended.
All right. Well, we could give away more prizes. Let's see.
That's always good.
Anybody have any questions about the fire effect? Does that can you turn that into an ice effect too? Like the same symbol or whatever?
Probably that would be a whole new set of stuff, because yeah, that would be a whole new set of textures, whole new set of materials, and
so you just can't go like, okay, instead of fire, ice, boom, done.
No, you gotta totally change all that stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah, and ice should probably have like some nice distortion of like meshes that have distortion so that they look transparent.
Yeah, RPE Zach says stuck on 50%. Wonder what that's like. Witty, I like that. We have, the same concerns and issues you do with the game. We get stuck in the game too. The game crashes for us at times too. That's why we're trying to make it better.
Yes, it is. And yeah, obviously this is game development, so there's going to be a certain amount of
it is early access.
Patience, a certain amount of waiting, a certain amount of frustration.
So we're loading. We're not in the play mode as Unity calls it, I guess, right? That's what you were in, is play mode. Now we're in a very dark somewhere. Now
we're gonna hope that this
the
actually
ether
works.
of nothingness. Is it loading?
It's loaded.
Oh, does it need to do something else?
We are going to hope that it tries to run.
It just pops, like maybe we'll go like, oh, hey, something changed. Look at that.
Okay, it looks like it might actually start.
There it is.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, okay, audio. Yeah, don't worry, guys. We'll turn down the audio here.
I'll just mute it for now. How's
there you
that?
go. Okay.
Make it simple. So this is a bit of a spoiler, so for anybody who doesn't want to have the end of the Path of Courage spoiled for them. You might want to tune
that's
out.
right, yeah. Spoiler alert.
So I'm just going to bring a couple of dev commands here. One is clear knowledge, and then one is oh geez, what is the command? So you'd think I would have done my homework.
For what?
I need to set quest.
Don't try this at home. You can't.
I might have to go find out what this command is if I'm going to show this thing off.
Sure. Yeah, you can go and run in.
It's set
Was somebody over here across the hall?
It's set knowledge G_Grannus unrestored. So that should have worked if we're lucky. Now let's run in here and make sure that he's feeling sick. So Grannus is this Titan who usually doesn't feel very good until you help him out. He's got the Scepter of Dread. This is the Scepter of Dread.
There he is. Yeah, he's kind of hunched over.
And
he needs some water or something.
And so what he doesn't he doesn't realize until you play through is that this is an artifact that's kind of been messing with his head or messing with his physical health.
Well, I'm not surprised. He holds it so
artificially
close
aged
to his
him.
head.
And yet, of course, he feels like it's like a
Oh, it's like, I
security
gotta
blanket.
have it, but it's like poisoning me.
And so we can talk to him, and he'll say stuff, but I'm not going to try to do the whole conversation. Instead, I'll just artificially finish the quest. So here's what happens when that happens. You'll see him transform from kind of old into young and revitalized. So this is the revitalization of Grannus.
Okay.
So we'll set him to restored. Here he goes. He says, I need to give you this stick. Please take it. Oh, I'm feeling so much better now. Oh, I'm feeling really good. But he didn't play his animation. Oh well. So now
He has more than that?
Yeah, he's supposed to rise up off the ground and kind of float, kind of like Dragon Ball Z.
So that's cool. So I guess, and players can go through this right now. They
Yes.
can get to that point. So not complete spoiler. You'll have to, if you want to see that cool effect, complete the quest yourself.
Let's try that one more time.
We have a question from Montuxia. I think that that was one of the winners. Yeah, Montuxia. How do I send my account details to? You're already messaging us. Private message out of the avatar. You got that far. So just what is your character, preferably your account name, the one you log in with. The name. Don't give us your password. Never do that. Or the character will work as well. And just type that, and then type what you won, and that's it. And if you want to know like what is this backpack that we're giving out, and what are these other items that we're giving out prizes to, you can go to the add-on store of the game. Has some good images of those set in there with a little description to give you an idea. All right, what do we got here? Anything else?
Well, those were the only two things that I was going to show, and of course I'm a little disappointed that he's not finishing out his animation because he normally like floats up off the ground. And
Well,
he looks really good, but right now there's obviously a little bug I need to fix, or somebody needs to fix.
He's tired. He just got healed. There's a little. I mean, you get out of bed, you got to take a few minutes before you can start like floating around, right? So I get it. Like, he's cool.
Well, anyway, sorry, it's a little
I'm
disappointing.
trying to help you here.
I appreciate that. Anyway, yeah. So this was kind of an extra bit of work to get him to go from looking like this kind of old-looking guy with sunken eyes and kind of wrinkly skin. Here he's going to go back into his I don't feel very good sitting animation. But what we did was we used a material blend that is the same kind of a blend that we use to get snow on rocks and to get leaves on the tops of rocks. But in this case, it gets old guy on the front of his face, and actually it wraps all the way around him. And then we kind of gradually blend and turn the snow, or in this case the old guy, off, and the young guy, you can see the young guy through him. So
that's really cool.
We'll do it one more time.
All right.
And I guess you guys can look forward to actually seeing him animate properly soon.
Cryptomancer says, like me, he needs his coffee. I couldn't agree more. That makes total sense.
Yep.
Got
So
some
you give
in
him
here.
his coffee actually by him giving you that scepter of dread. But here he goes. Please take this, and now you have it in your inventory. And then he goes, "Oh look, I feel so much better." And then he just starts talking for some reason, coughing and wheezing, which is ironic because he's supposed to feel better now.
Baron Drakus has a question for you. Can you please lobby Chris to make Fireball spell the FX for it? Dude, the sentence a little broke up. Can you make it do damage to everything it hits in the firing path, like a D&D Fireball?
That'll be up to Chris to decide.
Technically, it could be done.
I think
but
the way it works right now is that it only hits one thing and then it damages that thing.
there you go. So whatever's first in line, I guess. I think that was I wish I could get like that sounds like a cheater spell to me if that would happen.
Yeah, it does.
But cool, very cool. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't really prepared to show a whole lot more else
Okay,
than
well
this.
we're pretty much out of time. So how about we give away that last prize? We have an ornate Satyr Bardiche or Glaive, your choice, and we're going to give away 2, just like we've been doing with
Satyr, what?
Did I say? What did I say?
I don't know. You said Satyr something.
Let's go with the ornate Satyr Bardiche.
Ah,
It's French, or it sounds French anyway.
probably is French.
Glaive.
Or Glaive, either
or
one.
Glaive, one or the other.
They're both polearms.
Yep. And good
I guess,
point
I
to
guess
mention
one's,
that. I didn't
I guess
mention that
one's
last
one-handed maybe and the other's two-handed.
time.
That
No,
might
I think,
not be true.
I think they're both one or two-handed.
They may both be two-handed.
But I may be wrong about that too. Go to the add-on store, check them out there. Has all the details. But that's a good point to mention. I'm gonna have a little more details for everybody next time here, just on hand. Okay, if you want to win one of those, type exclamation Damon. How do you spell your name? Hold on, don't type it yet.
D-A-M-O-N.
There you go. And we'll give that a minute. Let's see.
D-A-M-O-N.
There you go.
That's close though. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, there you go.
So the 01 got
D-A-M-O-N, not like a Damon. He's not an
Yep.
evil Damon.
Yep. Most of you are getting it right now.
There you go. All right, cool. Okay, so yeah, we showed off today the Inn, which is coming up. We're targeting, I believe, R43 for that. We have R42 going live at the end of this month, which is just before the Summer Telethon on May 31st. It'll go live the Thursday before that. Summer Telethon is on Wednesday. Do you have a slot? Have you been asked to speak on
Not yet.
show anything?
Not so
All
far.
right. Well, you can come in and drink with us. We do that all the time too.
I had to do that a little bit on the
There
last
you go.
one.
Yeah, got to do that. So we'll get as many developers in on that as possible, but it's only like 3 weeks away, so that's it's coming up pretty fast. That won't be our next actual live stream. So for the upcoming live streams, we try to do this community live stream where we're showing off something with developer every week or so. Stay tuned. Next Friday we're gonna have another one, and the Friday after that before the actual telethon, and we have the part 2 to finish up of the 3 recent maps scenes that we've been putting together, putting into the game, and we have some really cool stuff to show you for that 3rd scene. It may be next Friday, it'll be a Friday after that, but we'll get one of those 2 community live streams in, give you a sneak peek of some stuff going into those outskirt scenes before the Summer Telethon, which is going to talk even more about them. It's going to be good. All right, we've got Damon here. Boy, you are popular. Look at this. It's
Yay.
crazy. All right, so we've got, let me do my little scrolling. My little scrolling.
Mhm.
All right, Too Cold to Crack. I don't know what that sounds like. It means something. And that's on Twitch, and on Discord, Sweat Hog.
Sweat Hawk, yeah, that's a thing.
Is it a thing?
Yeah, I mean that's referencing.
What is that
That's
referencing?
referencing what was that?
Is it-
Welcome Back, Kotter, I think.
Okay.
That's a show from the 70s.
Oh, really? Sweat Hog. Okay.
Yeah, the Sweat
I'll
Hawks.
Look that up.
John Travolta was in that show. He was
Binge
one of the
watch
Sweat
it
Hawks.
this weekend if I can find it. All right, guys. So if you're on Discord or Twitch, PM me once more on Discord your account name and what you won, and on Twitch, what did I say? Discord, Twitch. Yeah, Discord. It's Friday.
I don't
It's
know what
Friday.
you said.
Discord, message Berek, B-E-R-E-K, your account name and what you won. And on Twitch, Shroud of the Avatar, your account name and what you won. And we are out of prizes. So that's it, folks. We showed off the end. We showed off some cool fire effects. We gave you a sneak peek, spoiler alert of the end of one of the quests, Courage, right?
Yes, and discovered a bug that I need to fix.
And discovered a bug. So thank you, community, as always, for helping us find those sort of things. Why don't we have you drive us home? Go ahead and here. Let me do this. This is actually a little disorienting because we have like 5
you know what
different
you're doing
views
more
here.
than I do.
If you have any questions for any of this, let us know in the forums. Until then, have a great weekend, guys. Remember, the free trial is out right now, so invite your friends to play. The new player welcome forum and the release 41 feedback and bug forums are open to everybody, so they can come in and submit their feedback as well if they're not, diving full into the game yet and didn't get the full thing.